What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast channel. Thanks for being here and for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this reality chat. All right, this is going to be a conversation, guys. So, again, I apologize for any background noise or surround sound. But I just wanted to talk about this because I was thinking about it more. I did a reality chat yesterday where I was talking about Melody dropping receipts and exposing a vlogger that's just pretty much been, in my personal opinion, and she probably feels the same way, on her ass. and not in a way that she would want a man to be on it. So it's like, as I thought about it more, because I am someone that follows Melody on Instagram, but I follow a good bit of people, but I'm not really even, though I post stuff, it's pretty much scheduled. So I'm not spending my time on Instagram. So sometimes I feel bad because I miss people's stuff that I'm interested in, but that's just my life. And, but anyway, I don't get to see a lot of the things that she shares or does over there unless somebody else is sharing it on YouTube, because this is where I just pretty much hang out. And of course, I'm on my podcast on iTunes and Spotify. Anyway, from what she was sharing and all of the detailed receipts and information that she has, in my view, and this is no knock to her, but I'm just speaking about it in general terms. This is like a real clear-cut definition of why you cannot allow those lines to be blurred, and you can have people admire you, respect you, look up to you, and maybe even want to, I don't know, work with you in some way, shape, or form, but it doesn't mean that it's going to happen. And you can't let your kindness be mistaken for weakness. Now, I say all of that to say, I'm not saying that she let that happen, because obviously she drew a line in the sand and she didn't mind coming out and exposing the individuals. It just seems like, unfortunately, she was kind to a fault. And I get that because I've been there, especially when it comes to business. I've been there on a number of occasions. And then when people, I wouldn't even really say they flip or turn, they just really reveal who they actually are. And something like my mom always says, the counterfeit always presents itself before the real. And so a lot of times people, they come to you as what the Bible says is an angel of light. Satan is an angel of light. I mean, it's fake. He's dark, but he presents himself in the form of light. Jesus is light. The Bible says Jesus is the light of the world. So we know Satan is a fallen angel. So when he comes as an angel of light, it's fake. He presents himself in a form that makes it seem like he is there for you, he cares for you, he wants the best for you. And when I say he, I'm talking about Satan, okay? I'm not speaking about the individual, but I do believe that power, that spirit, operates through people. And when people allow that spirit to manifest through them and they operate in it, then they are counterfeit in the beginning, and then the real, it has to eventually come out. It can't stay covered up forever. So I'm glad that Melody had the bravery to just come out and speak it all and share the receipts and let her followers and her mellometers know that, look, this is what's going on. I just want you all to be aware. And I don't mind saying this person's name because I'm putting a name on it, calling the devil out. And that's what she's doing. And I commend her for that, I commend her for that. And I'm glad that she feels like she can have the type of rapport that she has with her followers, where she didn't mind if someone was messaging her, sending her a screenshot of their restaurant menu saying, hey, which steak do you recommend? That she didn't mind responding. But I will say most people that are like either celebrities, reality show personalities, whatever, they probably, if they saw it, and that's if they saw that, they probably wouldn't respond to it because they would be thinking like, what in the world is going on with this person? So it's just kind of sad that she went as far as to converse with this person via direct message, heart messages, respond to messages in word form, and then the person had an ulterior motives all along. But again, it's not a shocker and it's not a surprise because again, like I said, the counterfeit always presents itself before the real, and people who are like that, that's who they really are. It wasn't that they flipped or they changed or turned in some way, or that that person, meaning just giving an example, Melody did something in their eyes and views to make them change their views on how she is. I just don't believe that Melody has changed in any way. If anything, she's changed for the better. And people who have a manipulative character about themselves, and you being a kind-hearted and a good-hearted person, and you are not really sitting there to dissect the details of everything that's going on, to say, look, what in the world is going on? I'm going to pull back. I'm going to draw back right now and not wait until later until something larger happens. That sounds like, what was the case. But don't ever mistake people's kindness for weakness. I've been there. That is one of, I would say, my kryptonite, especially when I've been dealing with people in business where they just feel like, oh, because you're a good person, you're a kind-hearted person, you're giving, that they can just walk all over you. And not so, not so. And if I have to call you out, I will. Now, I really like Melody in those ways because she actually reminds me a lot of my cousin. I have a cousin who's also a Scorpio, and they can get on live, they can do video, social media all the time, and it's nothing. It's something that they really enjoy. Whereas myself, I'm a Virgo, I'm more of an introvert. I'm just like not like that. So it's different, but I like it, and it's something that I admire and respect. It's just not something that I do. And so when you are that type of person that is more outgoing, you're more of an extrovert, you have that spicy demeanor about yourself, and you're bubbly, and you're not thinking in a negative way like a lot of other people are thinking, then you're not doing the things that you're doing thinking that it's going to turn into something negative. So I know that what she was doing and the conversations, the direct messages, all of the other things that was going on with her in that vlogger, I don't believe she ever believed that it was going to turn out to become this, right? But I know that she's a smart woman, she's intelligent, and she's got a good head on her shoulders. So she's not going to allow anyone to, dim her light, steal her shine, or just, try to make her out to be what a lot of the people who I believe, especially on that show that she's on, try to make her out to be like this person that really isn't sweet and kind. And it's crazy because you see people on that show where they will just give her ex-husband so much long rope, continuously giving him chances and whatnot, and they've seen how he has done her, and they don't really want to give her any grace. And it's just crazy, but it is what it is. But I just really wanted to talk about that, guys, because when it comes to people online, on social media, and then they get the opportunity to, in some way, get kind of closely connected with a personality on television that they see all the time and whatever, I don't know if they even realize that it's crossed the line of obsession to them sending the person messages at all times of the night or early in the morning, and just speaking to them like you actually know this person. And like she said, she didn't even have his phone number and he didn't have hers. She never spoke to him on the phone. Like it's something. We'll say that. Okay. But yeah, mistaking the kindness for weakness, I understand it. I don't believe that she's going to allow this to change her, but she just needed to let people know, call it out, lay it all out on the table, all of the receipts and all of the information that she shared. It really was a lot. And I just was like, wow, this is a bit of insanity. And mental health issues are rampant. And a lot of people don't really acknowledge that. And I talked about that a little bit on a community post that I posted, where I just was like, it's so much going on that we could talk about in entertainment news, on these reality shows and whatnot. And it's cool and it's fine. And sometimes it's fun. And sometimes it's, it's ridiculous and you can't even believe that some of these things are happening. But you really have to take the time to check in on your own mental health and not allow these things to push you over the deep end. And I don't know if that's the case with that vlogger, because again, like I said, I'm not following that person, and I don't know everything that they have done and said. But I do remember when that video was done at Destiny's home that was being sold, and they actually went to the city, went to the house for the open house to do video, whatever. And I just didn't know what the purpose of that was. I didn't watch that video, but I did see someone else discussing it. And I didn't even comment on that person's video where they were discussing it, but I just was thinking like what lengths will some people go for the sake of creating content and sharing a story, which honestly isn't even relevant. And two, it's a bit over the edge, because even if that person at the time was claiming to be Team Melody or Melometer or whatever, what were they thinking? Did they think that was something that Melody was going to revel in and enjoy? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. I don't care what type of disagreements Melody and Destiny had. I don't believe that Melody thought that that person was doing her bidding and she was enjoying that at all. I believe that Melody is far above that, and that wouldn't have been anything that she would have wanted to, one, participate in, or two, even be associated with someone that would do something like that. But I just believe that she was just trying to be kind, respond to the direct messages like, oh, obviously this person admires me, he's a fan, Melometer, whatever. So I don't want to just ignore them, because she does seem like the type where she wants to honor the people who honor her and not treat people like some celebrities or personalities do, where they kind of forget that if it were not for the people that admire them, follow them, respect them, then they wouldn't be where they are. Like, I think it was, I don't follow her, but Doja Cat, I remember that story came out about her, how her fans were calling her out saying she doesn't show love to her fans or whatever, and she was just like, unfollow me, I don't even know you people, I don't know you to say that I love you and whatever. And hey, that might have been how she really felt, but those are the people that help you to get to where you are. Now, some people do low-key idol worship some of these celebrities, and I get that. So it could have been a situation where she just really felt uncomfortable with the person that tweeted that at her or whatever it is. But I'm just using that as an example to say that, yeah, there are some people who kind of forget that their fans and their followers are the ones that got them to the place where they are. So they should show them a little bit, at least, of respect. And she apparently does that a great deal. She's done interviews with some of her fans and followers and things like that. A lot of these people wouldn't do that stuff, unless it was something in it for them. So I digress. I do believe that the person that she called out, they probably always felt that way, and it wasn't anything that she did to flip that person's viewpoint of her and the things that they were saying and doing and throwing shade or whatever. But yeah, mistaking kindness for weakness, obviously that's something that has happened in her situation, and she has also let people know, don't mistake my quietness for weakness either, because we saw when she came out letting Coleslaw know, like, girl, you've been saying all these things for a long time, but don't think that just because I ain't saying nothing don't mean that I won't whoop your bleep. So yeah, obviously she's not the one. But guys, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit more. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.